Okay, it's April 20th right now, and we're running an experiment with the SARCTRAC satellite antenna rotator controller. In about 1 minute, it's going to start beeping, letting us know that it's acquiring 3 Chinese satellites. The first one's going to be this one here. It's going to be XW2C. And with any luck, we'll be able to make a contact. As you can see right now, we're here in Los Angeles, and right now it's over Mexico City. So it should be here, or we should have acquisition of signal in approximately 1 minute, where it's going to beep and it's going to start tracking in that direction. On a heading of 126 at 24 degrees altitude. The maximum elevation is going to be 24 degrees. The start azimuth is going to be actually 140 degrees. And, well, it should be happening any minute now. It's 26. So let's see if this thing's going to start tracking it pretty soon. It says that at 26 it should be acquiring it. And so far, this mount has been quite reliable. It's absolutely uncanny how it works. It tracks the satellites, and we can get receptions. Now, I started only 3 days ago that I put it together, so there he goes. It's tracking it right now. It's tracking this satellite right here. Still over Mexico, but it's coming over the horizon. Now, as you can see, there's a tree there. So let's see if we can get at least a beacon. And to do that here, I go to tuning. Instead of normal, I go to beacon and tune. And there he goes. Picking up the beacon. So let's see if we can make a QSO. For that, I'm going to go mode normal, tune, Whiskey Alpha 6, Whiskey Whiskey up. The battery's dead. Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor. Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor. WA6 RSV DM14BD. This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor DM14BD. This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor DM14BD. DM14BD is a location identifier. Anybody on this transponder? This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor. Well, it's picking up the beacon. Now you can hear it cycle. That's because it goes from the receive frequency to the transmit frequency. And this Yaesu FT817 has a sort of a flaw. So every time it goes to the transmit frequency, he's got to tune it again. And that's what it's doing in preparations for a contact. Let's see if there's another one. There should be another Chinese Oscar satellite coming up in approximately 2 minutes. That one's going below the horizon, and I don't know if you can perceive that I have mountains to the north, northeast. So obviously I'm not even going to be able to get the beacon. And let's see, let's go see if I can. Yeah, I can't even get the beacon at this point because it's below the horizon. So now it's going to reposition itself to a heading of 134, which is in that direction towards that tree, in preparations for XW-2B, which is the another. Oh, well, we have an Oscar here. Let's see what it does. Let's go to tuning. Oh, it's got different transponders. Beacon A. Let's go to Beacon A. Let's see if we can pick it up. Oscar 7. Active, and inactive. Which one? Beacon A, Mode B, Mode D. You can see the antenna. It's not receiving beacon A. Let's go to beacon B. Right there. Oh, that's 10 meters. It ain't going to do it. Beacon U. 70 centimeters. Let's go to transponder A. No, that's 10 meters. Transponder B. That's it. Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor DM14 BD. Let's see what happens. I don't have much power because the battery's dying. I should have charged the battery overnight. This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor Delta Mike 14. Nope. Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor Delta Mike 14. It's not happening. Let's go to the Chinese one. Let's go to tracking. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the beacon. Maybe it'll pick up the beacon. Who knows? It's possible. Those of you who want to purchase this, there's the information right there. There it is. There's a beacon. It's picking it up. You can hear the beacon right there. Now let's go to normal mode and tune. Let's see. Let's see if we can make one contact. This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor DM14. It's going to be very difficult. The battery's almost dead. This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor DM14. Yeah. Anybody on this repeater? This is Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor Delta Mike 14. No dice. Let's see if we can pick up the, keep picking up the beacon. Go here, beacon, tune. Okay, enough of that. Let's go to another one. Let's go to tracking. Let's go to XW2D. And there it goes. Let's go to tuning. Let's pick up the beacon. Tune. That's pretty good. The FM LEO satellites are really hard to pick up because they usually pass over my location at about 3 to 4 to 5 a.m. and I'm fast asleep at that time. But this is working famously. See if we can make a contact. Okay, let's go to mode, normal, enter. That changes the frequency to the normal mode. Whiskey Alpha 6, Romeo Sierra Victor, Delta Mike 14. I'm putting out about 1 or 2 watts. That should be enough. Whiskey Alpha 6, Romeo Sierra Victor, Delta Mike 14. I don't even know if the transponder in this Chinese satellite works. Just in case. Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor Delta Mike 1-4. Whiskey Alpha 6 Romeo Sierra Victor Delta Mike 1-4. Well, that's about it. Let's see. There are many satellites. A lot of them you have to tune them manually. It's a pain. But let's go back to tracking. There's Meteor 1. So if I wanted to choose that one, I just go like that, select this one here, and it's going to turn towards me, which is west. Unselect this one, it's going to beep twice. And there it goes. Now if I want to know the frequency for Meteor M1, then I have to look it up. I just go this. I go to Chip's website. Status doesn't say anything. Downlink 137.1 to 137.9. It's 137.1, 137.9. It's a meteorology satellite. I'm going to get rid of all of these in preparations for new satellites. It's a pretty good system because it'll come up with, like, if I wanted to go to orbital factory 2, I don't even know what that is. I Google it. There's a picture of the satellite, gives me all the pictures that are necessary. University of Texas. But it doesn't give you frequencies of whether it's active or not, so it's not such a great deal. So let's see if there's another one. Okay, Oscar AO7, we already did that, didn't we? That's the beacon. Back to tracking. And it's going beyond below the horizon. In fact, it said enough is enough. If you want to pick the orbital factory 2. Otherwise, it's going to wait until 1758 local time. And that's about 14 minutes from now. So I'm going to sign off. This is a little bit of how this amazing little contraption, little mount from the School of Amateur Radio Clout Network in Australia. They do a fantastic job. It wasn't really difficult to put together. If you follow the instructions like a checklist, that's all you need to do. All I had to do was to buy a weight, a 1 pound weight, this square right here, aluminum, and then just mount it. and program this, and they give you directions on how to program it. It works like a charm. www.sarctnet.org. The price is not excessive at all for what it does. And, it's not a professional satellite operation, but it's great if you're sitting by the pool. It's a little green right now, so I have to clean it, but, just sit here with a battery and start picking up satellites. Eventually, when the FM satellites start flying overhead at a decent hour and it's not 100 degrees outside, then I'll work those. And like I said, for the price, I already had the Arrow 2 antenna. I think it's like $140 for that, $340 for that. That's $500. The mount, the tripod was $17 on Amazon. I already had the FT817, but you can use a 2-meter, 70 centimeter handy-talkie programmed. It's able to control a bunch of transceivers. I just happened to have the FT817 for like 15 years, and I put it back to use, back in operation. A little bit right there. Anyway, let's see if there's another satellite. One more demonstration. This is going to be too long anyway. I'm going to have to cut it. I do have a time lapse. When you go to tracking, oh, by the way, you connect to it through the Wi-Fi, and you just go to different webs. What do you call that? The numbers, the IP number, and you're protected because you're inside of your Wi-Fi system, and unless they have access to it, I don't think they'd be able to get to it. But it doesn't matter if they do. What can they do? Just start contacting different satellites. No big deal. See the time, local time now. It's 48, so it's about 10 minutes to go. So this, if there are any visible passes that will appear here, these are the upcoming passes up to an hour, and then you can increase the number of passes. I'm going to press this more, and you'll see that more will appear. It's going to take a second. There you go, see? Now we got a bunch more. If I want more, I press it again. I want more. And most of these satellites I never even heard of. I had no idea that the Chinese students had so many satellites, amateur satellites up there. They've been working overtime, doing a pretty good job. So see, these are, or you can have less, too many satellites, so let's go ahead with less. So this is the web presentation to control that with. When you go to tuning, basically you can offset 1 kilohertz up or down, 10, 20 hertz, 50 hertz. You can change the modes. All you got to do is tune. You can go to beacons, transponders, then go tune. And so you can control the radio. I don't know how many radios, but at least the FT817, you can control it from here. Pretty good. Selections. This is all my information here. I don't want to go into details as to my address, but all the information regarding my location, user controls, transceiver type is Yaesu, but you can see that you got a bunch of transceivers there. So, and then transmitter baud rate, transceiver baud rate, update rate, and then satellite selection. You can select or deselect as many as you want. It's got an orbital element library also, and that's very useful because every time you turn this on, it'll update the orbital elements for maximum accuracy. Or you can do it manually, but every time you turn it on, it does it automatically. Update. Boom. Done. You can reject satellites that you don't want. You can do a 3D sensor calibration. Beware. If you're going to do it, watch the video, and you're going to have to take that thing apart, the sensor. And by the way, this is the sensor right here. This is the sensor, and this is what tells the box which way to point up and down, azimuth and altitude, elevation. So this sensor comes calibrated from the factory itself. They do a great job, and I highly suggest that if you're going to do a calibration, that you be careful and do it exactly, because otherwise that's pretty much the brains of the operation, so to speak. Not the brains, but that's what tells the box where it is in the actual physical world, so it can point the antenna. Okay, and then finally, if you want to shut this down, they recommend that you stop it, and that stops the motors, and then after 10 seconds you shut it down, and that shuts down the Raspberry Pi inside of that. And or better yet, you can go to tracking and go to home first. When you go to home, what's going to happen is that it's going to go to north. In fact, let's do it now. One beep saying, okay, I got the command, and now it's going to turn to the north. That's the parking position. It's going to park. And as you can see, and it turned off all the passes. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that it actually did that. So right now it's parked. It's now going to go anyplace. So in about 5 minutes, if I press this, it says, okay, I'm going to prepare myself and go to a heading of 305 right here, and that's what it's doing, in preparations for the Husky satellite HO-107. Now notice that it's kind of bent, meaning that the antenna is perfectly horizontal, but the bar, because the straps are not very tight, it's kind of at an angle. But it doesn't matter, because the sensor, it's detecting, wait a minute, I'm level, so that's all I care about. See that? That's the sensor, and that's pretty much level. Even though the bar itself, the angle, the aluminum angle, is at an angle. It's kind of sloping down, but it doesn't matter, because the sensor says, okay, the antenna is exactly where it's supposed to be. Level, and on a heading of 305 in preparations for the Husky Sat, which is going to be a maximum at a maximum altitude of 58 degrees. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And if you don't do anything, it'll do it by itself. You can be sitting here watching TV. Next thing you're going to know, you're going to hear a couple of beep beep. In fact, we're going to stop this right here, and we're going to start approximately 30 seconds before the next acquisition of signals, and I'm going to show you. It says that it's active, but it's not. It was active about a year ago. So let's see if there's another one. Oh, this one here. Select it, deselect this one here. 2 beeps. And it's now going to go to a heading of 238 southwest at 15 degrees above the horizon, which is pretty much me. And let's see if we can at least get something out of this satellite. No. Wrong. Of course. Just put satellite. Otherwise Google gets confused. There you go. Air Force Western Test Range. That's it was launched. But it doesn't say anything. So you can track some satellites, but they don't mean anything. There are no frequencies or anything that really can help you extract some information from that satellite. So anyway, I've had enough for today. So I'm going to show you how to park this. First, I'm going to go home. So it acknowledged the command, and now once again it's going to point towards the north, and the north is its parking position. Takes a little while, but it's nice to know that it's parking. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the motors and press this stop, and I'm going to stop the motors for approximately 10 seconds. That's what they recommend. So it's pointing towards the mountains, north. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It got there. So I'm going to go ahead and press stop to stop the motors. Count to 10. And then it's about close to 10, isn't it, guys? I don't know. Shutdown. And now it's shutting down the Raspberry Pi computer. And you'll know that happened because the web page is going to try to access the mount, and it's not going to be able to. Boom. It says this site can't be reached. It's parked. It's shut down. It's done for the day. I had a couple of good hours tracking satellites, getting beacons, learning about new satellites, all for a nominal price. Great little system. Remember, contact these people. They're not really a company. They are, but they're more like a school. So give them time, be patient with them. The system works, and it works great. Thank you for your attention. Until the next project.